Hello viewers, Brian here again at 3TR, and welcome to another episode of Batman Month, where I'm reviewing the movie Tim Burton's Batman from 1989, starring Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Prince of Darkness himself, the Joker. Now, the plot of Batman, at least the beginning part that you need to know, is that Batman is a vigilante who's been in the newspapers recently, pretty much causing fear into the underground gang members. During this time, Vicky Vale comes to Gotham to work as a journal, or actually a photographer journalist, to just kind of find out more about Batman, about what he does and who he is. During this time, a gangster by the name of Jack is betrayed by his boss Grissom, and after a small encounter with Batman, is shot in the face by his own gun and falls into a batch of chemicals, which then transform him into the psychotic Prince of Darkness, the Joker. After which he then kills his boss Grissom, takes over all the gangs of Gotham City by killing off their leaders, and then begins a terrible plot by poisoning Gotham with chemicals, and it is up to Batman to find out who the Joker is and stop him. Now, this is an absolutely amazing film, and in my opinion was really the first major success, even above Christopher Reeve's Superman, in which it showed that comic book characters could effectively be used in film and can actually work very well if given the right parts and right characters and the right story. Now, Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the Joker is iconic, and he really set the standards even back in the late 80s for how villains should be portrayed and how much detail should go into them. However, overall in a whole, this really would set the standards for the next three Batman films of always glorifying the villains and not spending enough time with Batman. Now, as great as this film is, it does have a couple personal problems that just keep coming at me. Now, it is a little upsetting that we don't get to know more about Batman. However, many people have considered that an advantage. Because you don't really know much about Bruce and Batman, you don't really get a feel to care for his character, like near the end when he gets seriously hurt. Although he's hurt and he's Batman, because I don't really know his character, I don't really see any real reason to grow any personal attachment to this character. This is the type of character who doesn't like personal attachments, so it's kind of hard to care about him. And also, I don't really like how this particular Batman uses guns and kills people. Now, even in the comic books, that's one of Batman's most strict rules, is that he doesn't kill. But clearly, he's using machine guns and rockets to blow Joker's gang members off the street. And he even manages to kill the Joker at the end, which really upset me the most, because this is just something Batman would never do. So why Tim Burton decided to go in this general direction is unknown to me, but it's really something I never liked even when I was younger seeing this. But even despite my flaws, it is still a very great movie, and everyone, whether you're a Batman fan or not, should definitely check this out, because this really was the first movie to set the standards for comic book movies that we have today. Now, I'm going to end it there with that review, and I'm going to give Tim Burton's Batman a solid 9 out of 10. Almost perfect, but just not quite. Please join me next Thursday when I review the sequel to Tim Burton's Batman, Batman Returns. If you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top of me to keep track of me and Batman Month. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.